Welcome back to the GSL. I missed you. I'm so glad you're here. I was lonely. I felt it in the pit of my heart. It's good to have you guys back. We have seen SC really dominate LosirA.
Yeah.
Really dominate LosirA.
You know, that bunker rush, it was well planned, man. You don't want to play LosirA on a huge map. The kid is so good.
Yeah. And now we're on a one-on-one map, and this means there is a high chance that somebody might do an all-in. You usually see all-ins much more on one-on-one maps because you don't have to scout to figure out, to gauge the distance, essentially, of where your opponent is and, calculate the risk involved. And you know what? I want to talk more about how this is going to go, but the game is already loading. And our map is Crossfire, so get ready. Here, head-to-head, SC against LosirA, Terran against Zerg. Only one is going to go on to the Final Four at the GSL with Aces and Artosis, Tastosis. I'm trying to fill time until this game starts. Here we go! All right, over here in the upper right corner of the map, we have our red Terran. Very aggressive thus far and also very successful in that.
SC for you.
And there he is. Now to our Zerg player. He's down, he's behind, he's up against the ropes. Can he come back?
LosirA.
Is she interrupted?
She's so rude. She's so rude. I wish she wouldn't do that.
Those girls are, of course, Tierra, the K-pop band. Doing a little bit of cross-promotion here. Thank you, LG Intel and G-Skill. And again, feel free to add our Twitters. I am Call Me Tasteless. Artosis is simply Artosis. Golem TV is no longer Golem TV Net, but Golem TV. And there's a lot of other pro gamers on Twitter. You have to go through several pages of my tweets, but I did post them. They're there. Yeah. They're wondering why you haven't followed them, why you're not communicating with them. I told them calm down. Viewers aren't that bad. They said, well, I'm lonely, I'm needy. So add them.
There is an SCV bug going on the barracks. Oh my god, that was so weird. The SCU was standing in the wrong direction while building that.
No, really?
Quite a while, and then we got back just as it fixed itself.
He's like moonwalking while building.
I saw something you guys will never see. Ha!
And as you can see, he's a bit concerned about aggression this game. He's going to go for the spawning point first. Oh!
That SCV is so red. Someone must be talking about him behind his back.
And
now you better not try to gas that. Yeah, would have lost it for sure's.
But he's going to do it over here.
No. Oh! He gets it just in the last second. So another double barracks opener. LosirA this time going for a speed first build. So he's going to be pretty safe. I wonder if SC will try to hit a timing against this. You know, if your opponent actually goes speed first, there are fun timings where if you just make Marines non-stop and send all your SCVs as well, that they basically don't hold unless they randomly win Banelings.
I got to say, SC is really becoming a top Terran. In fact, he actually is a top Terran.
Yeah,
he's right up there with people like MVP and stuff. I mean, this guy's pretty scary.
I know, it's hard to imagine that, and no one really considers him that right now, but it's true.
And based off these results, I have to concede that point that he is just a real force to be reckoned with.
Dude, that drone is still alive, by the way.
Drone is having a very stressful period.
He's checking out everything. Will die without seeing the command center that was built just so close to him. That's what he wanted to see.
Hatchery on the way now for LosirA.
And in fact, LosirA is making more Zerglings now because he didn't see the command center. He felt it should have been a little bit quicker. So now he's like, uh-oh, is this an all-in? Makes a few extra Zerglings, and SC pulls a little bit more ahead.
That's how you do it.
Yep. SCV trying to scout through. Zerglings on the path. Speed almost done. And that finishes that SCV will be taken out very easily.
Now the SCV being chased down again. And nice interception here by LosirA, but it's just not quite enough to allow that SCV to see a little bit more of the creep. He doesn't see anything else.
Yeah.
For instance, no Baneling nest or Roach Warren.
SC playing very safely right now, by the way. Is making a bunker at the top of his ramp while getting 2 gases. And a third barracks goes up when he has 2 gases. That's interesting. Looks like he's probably just going to go for some upgrades. Or just make a factory.
Alright, the Overlord will be taken out, but at least LosirA now knows for sure that the command center's there. It's not an all-in. He can start making drones again. And as you can see at the production tab at the upper left, he is continuing to make drones now.
And how will LosirA choose to tech up from here? It definitely looks like SC is going to go for the Marine Siege Tank timing. And LosirA is going to have to decide the best way to take that out. And that's probably going to be insane creep spread plus speed banelings. And he is, in fact, making a baneling nest, getting an additional gas. No layer yet, and no creep spread yet. You know, that's one thing I feel like on this map especially, you have to get creep into the middle as quickly as possible, or that timing, man, I mean, the creep is going to give you vision, it's going to make your banelings and zerglings quicker to counteract this very strong push that we're likely to see. And, oh.
Ooh, that was a lot of kills there. That's a lot less banelings than you would like to have later on.
Yeah.
Sir, you got to talk from there, since I got the worst tickle in my throat.
All right. I'm sorry, I'll stop tickling Tasteless so that he can continue his great commentary that we all love so much.
No, I'm not even saying. I just got this little tickle, man. Keeps me in the cough. Sorry, go ahead.
You know that glass of water I gave you? It wasn't a glass of water, it was actually a feather.
There's a feather in there I just swallowed. Oh, no. We do have 2 tech labs.
I can't believe you thought that was a glass of water. I just put a feather into a glass.
I just drank a feather.
Yeah. We do have +1 going up for the Zerglings. In fact, LosirA is looking like he's going to go all in, man. High economy baneling aggression. He's got the baneling nest just hatching nothing but Zerglings at the moment. But against a bunker, against a tank that's going to have siege mode quickly, we're going to have to see if this is going to work out. I'm not so sure. SC is playing such a safe style. Siege mode finishing just now if he sieges those tanks. Oh,
no, Zerg is taking the upper left.
Ooh.
We can get a shot of that, please.
Ooh.
Upper left on the mini-map.
That is absolutely awesome.
There's a hatchery in the upper left. Hopefully we get a good shot of it.
And
there we go.
This is actually great to go with his mass speedling, man, because he's going to keep...
He can reinforce.
Yeah, he's going to... It looks like he's doing some sort of kind of all-inish play. SC is going to be very defensive, as we see. He's like just walling off. He wants as much between him and death as possible.
Can't blame the guy.
And LosirA is literally just making Zerglings still. This is actually crazy.
But you know what? That wall-in is up now. There's only a small little hole where the bunker is they can get out of. If he... Actually, no. Now that I look at it, no. But he's going to push, which is...
Yeah, he's going to go for this timing tack that we were talking about earlier. Baneling speed on the way. +1. Almost done for the Zerglings. He realizes now, okay, the timing tack is going. They may do a base trade scenario here, but don't forget we do have a hatchery in the top left. And here we go. The Banelings are going for the bunker, Tasteless. Or just running around.
They're actually just going to go inside the base, but
yeah,
he is actually going to include every single...
Interesting choice.
Every single Baneling here. Now, he needs to get a few Marines out. Terran does return home. I'm going to say, he didn't really get as many SCVs as I thought he was going to get there.
Yeah, it was like a weird number of Banelings and stuff.
Well, what's funny is the Banelings didn't actually do the damage there.
And it looks like he was trying to take out the add-on for siege tanks. Maybe hoping to stop the siege mode, but siege mode's already there, as we know.
Well, here's the scary thing is now Terran can attack.
He can. But he has used 2 stims on those Marines. He has no medevacs, no starport. That's going to really help, though. And Baneling speed is almost done. So that stall, actually, I think he may have timed out that as a stall tactic, where like, okay, the Terran should withdraw at this point. I'll have Baneling speed and time it, and he will have stemmed some. So if that's the case, more power to you, LosirA.
Oh, does he know?
He has no idea, but he's about to find out, Tasteless.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's not.
All right.
He's not going to find out at all. LosirA.
Oh, no, he should see that creep. He knows.
Oh, he sees it. He's like, what are you doing?
Wah.
Is there an Overlord up there? Is there an Overlord? Oh, my God, it's a hatchery.
And no, Terran is walled in now here.
And you will lose that base, but a counterattack from LosirA, not looking like it's actually going to do anything.
Oh my God,
LosirA
this game is a train wreck.
He's spending so many Zerglings for these little things. Going back to the first move, I like it if it was to stall out this push. But now Medivacs are out. He's going to heal up his Marines. He's going to transition into a more normal game while taking a third quicker than LosirA's. Well, LosirA's was quick, but it's gone. So his third's actually going to be up and running, it looks like.
And he might want to make a few more Medivacs and then just push, I would think.
LosirA just made 26 more Zerglings while he starts his Spire. Looks like he is going, almost completely Ling Bane.
Well, I think he knows that this army is pretty scary. He can't really go back into a standard game. Spire's on the way. Odd place to put the Spire. It looks like, unless I'm mistaken, it's the Spire at the front of the base.
It is. It's like
it's a very terrible
exactly where it'll die if Terran engages. Oh my God. And LosirA really having such odd ideas about when to engage. And his Banelings just have to roll away, Tasis. Those aren't going to roll a strike like you.
No, man.
They aren't going to knock down 12 Marines.
No, man. Let's see here. What is his game plan? Now looks like Terran going for the bottom right. That does force LosirA to cancel.
Yeah, LosirA has canceled that hatch. Things are looking grim, Tasteless.
Somebody spilled some creep here. Now he's got a lot of Banelings. That's a considerable number.
5 Siege Tanks, though, and I think we're just going to see it push into the main. We never see this path used. 5 Overlords on it. LosirA will not be able to replace those very quickly.
Yeah, he will be supply blocked here. Already supply blocked. There's still about 3 more that can be killed. Yeah,
oh my God.
All 5.
He's going to be able to siege up.
He needs to siege up fast, though.
Oh my God. He's going to be against the wall, Tasteless.
Uh-oh, carnage.
Absolute carnage.
Dude,
but a
nice
lot of Marines
there.
He has a timing here to do some real damage with these Marines, as the Banelings have to go way around to get back in.
And he should probably get that Banelings nest as soon as humanly possible. Nice, knowing when to not micro. Wow.
And those Marines being so low on health,
yeah,
cleaned up by the +2 Zerglings. LosirA suddenly looking like a genius.
Well, I gotta be critical of SC for a minute. SC should have just sieged up the moment he got in that spot. 1 or 2 extra siege tank volleys and the Banelings would have melted.
Yeah, quite true. Single Zergling pillaging that expansion.
That expansion isn't orbital, it's not a planetary, so 1 Zergling can change the way the whole game's gonna look. Ling's coming up here with a surround.
Picking off reinforcements. LosirA is still a little bit behind, but he's doing a great job in his recovery.
SC's got to be careful to have that thing walled in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have the option to do it, but if you're not going to take advantage of it, you're going to be in trouble. I don't know if SC can do the same kind of push we saw previously, because if he goes down that small area, he's not going to reinforce that with enough Marines, and eventually Mutalisks are going to take over.
And here come the Banelings! Going after the siege tanks as the Marines have to run away from the Banes, and LosirA, really great play. But there's still a lot of Marines left. He's got to be careful. He's got to go take those out so he doesn't lose his hatchery in the bottom right. It's a very important hatchery, and here he goes. He's coming up with his Zerglings and Mutas.
He might just target down the hatchery. It's getting low, getting low, getting low. Almost, and it's gone. Nice save there by SC.
But these Medivac stasis are going to go down if he micros correctly. There are no Marines in the near future.
He needs to get to where that turret is. He's stuck on the outside. Oh, no.
LosirA is doing amazing things off of 2 base.
Yeah, he really is.
He is never keeping a 3rd base up. Another group coming out from SC.
The main almost mined out. Basically already is mined out.
I almost feel like SC needs to actually just turtle for a little bit.
Well, I think he's had so much success in the question that he's sort of...
Oh, and back at the natural, we have a Zergling counter. Killing off a lot of Marines and siege tanks there.
A lot of siege tanks especially.
The Muta's coming in and going after that turret, not being able to get it.
Nice snap repair there. Yuta's now going to try to do some damage in the main. He regroups. He's macroing back at home now. He says it's time to attack.
Some good harassment with the Mutas, but a huge army of SC moving down. Well, the Bajillion Banelings are being morphed.
Well, all this action's going on. Terran now moving down to the bottom right. He wants to get that bottom right expansion. There are some Banelings there to defend, though.
A lot of Banes. So many Banelings rolling down here. Take out those Marines. He was not in siege mode.
He was not even paying attention.
Look at that. Backs up. Does not want to attack the siege tanks with Banelings. May have to. There's one left. Nope. In come the mutas.
You know, I gotta say again, SC is just not sieging up fast enough. It's the one thing he's not been doing. If he was just in siege mode before, the number of Banelings that would be killed, even if he loses the battle, he at least force LosirA to spend an army to take out an army instead. He's just not paying attention. A few Banelings blowing up everything.
And I don't know about SC, he just keeps making these groups units going. It's like, well, that's not working for you, man. Try something else. Get a huge army and then engage, because LosirA is spending so much gas on these Banelings that he just has enough for each attack. Right
Yeah,
now,
he really does.
But right now, SC is up 40 supply. We have 64 drones against 64 SCVs against 53 drones, rather.
And you can see he's going to be medevac dropping multiple locations. Well, I thought those guys were going to medevac. They're just going to chill there.
SC does have a Thor in his army now, good against Banelings and against mutas.
Nice. Controlling the Zelnaga watchtower. Zerg may be tempted to counterattack. Don't forget, Terran should have a wall, and he's not always keeping the walling up. Are you going to do it this time? Sometimes when I watch SC's base, I feel like he's that guy that just doesn't lock the door to his front house. The front door of his house. Yeah, you get it.
I never did that.
You never did that?
No, I live in New Hampshire, man. It's the safest state in the country.
There you go. Uh-oh. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice, man. He's making him use up a couple Banelings every time he does that. Look at this. At the third base of SC, he is Baneling busted. The wall in, gone up, killed a lot of SCVs off. Will lose those Zerglings. But still doing a great job. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and engage while the tanks are not siege. Oh no, too many Banelings dying, too many mutas dying. Has to pull back. Only 2 siege tanks left.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem too, is that he is on creep now. Banelings are pretty scary on creep.
Yeah, they are, and they are rolling in, but the siege tank does siege.
It's just too many Banelings.
Indeed, but let's not forget that LosirA is still far behind. He's just not mining as much all game long.
Yeah, it looks like guys like LosirA might be winning, but in fact, he's just winning every battle.
Yeah.
He's not winning economically.
He's 85 supply against 148, so that's a huge problem. And right now, they're both basically mining from one base, but the top left will be up pretty soon here for SC. If I were him, I'd make a planetary there. Planetary and 4 missile turrets and a bunker and a siege tank, because that's basically all he needs to do is hold that for a moment. A lot of Marines coming out for SC. He's got quite a sizable army, and he is making a planetary.
LosirA doing a good job here, making sure his opponent is never mining too much.
Before the planetary finishes, Zerglings do get up into the 4th base of SC, taking out a pretty sizable chunk of SCVs.
Just needs to buy some more time, maybe 5 more seconds, and that planetary is done. And it is done now, so we will have that expansion. Meanwhile, Terran, as he ends siege mode, he is.
Yeah, he's got 2 tanks. 4 tanks now. Has brought down some more. This is going to be so hard to hold, man. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. I just don't know, Tasteless. I think we might be seeing a 3-0 pretty quickly here. Those tanks sieging up. And as long as he's very careful, he's going to be able to splatter Banelings. LosirA cannot lose this base.
This is going to be one of the most pivotal moments in the game.
And that is going to have to be it.
That's going to be it. He got there once again, dancing with the Marines.
Going to be seeing GG momentarily spreading his Marines. The drones come in.
Mule Lance, GG.
Wow. Wow. Today not going as I expected, Tasteless.
Well, SC Foyu is officially a nerd slayer. The blood of nerds on his hands.
Is this not his 2nd top 4 in a row?
Yeah, it is.
How insane is that?
Well,
how underrated is this player?
Well, I think he's now. I gotta say, he's actually one of the best Terrans in Korea. Amazing Terran reserve player. You know, he lost a lot of those battles, but I think he handled it the right way. With the exception of sieging late, he's continuing to attack. That means LosirA never gets to make drones. That means if LosirA loses one big battle, the game ends.
Wow. I am head coach going in, giving LosirA some comforting words. It's okay, you
Very nice guy. Well, what a bunch of games that was. Really one-sided, and I thought it was going to be the opposite today. I thought it was going to be...
I thought Top was going to win and LosirA was going to win.
I thought it was... I didn't know who was going to win, but I thought it was going to be, 3-2 for both of these. It just was not the case.
No, it was not. So we have 2 Terrans in the top 4.
And, of course...
It's starting to feel like a GSL
we got
top 4.
Killer and Inca, it is, against each other.
Protoss
and then any pro against Nestea.
Yeah, it could be a Zerg, a Protoss, and 2 Terrans. It's about as good as you can get.
Yeah.
Could be 2 Protoss and 2 Terrans. Who knows?
There's a lot of different ways this could still
Could be 4
fold
Zergs.
out.
So you're like, no, it can't. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Oh, my bad. Oh. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. What an awesome game that we just saw. That was a really
they had
cool
like
TV,
2 amazing
TVZ.
games and one sad face game.
One-sided slaying.
One banana frown game.
Yeah, I think you're right about that one. Again, special thanks to our sponsors, LG, Intel, and G-Skill, for making this event possible. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Please spread the word about the GSL to all your friends and family and enemies.
Yeah.
Tell your pets.
Tell
I
your
don't
enemies
care who.
about it.
Yeah.
They'll be laughing, and then you can get up behind them and get them.
Get them. They might become your friends if you watch the GSL. Now, well, actually, we're just going to throw up the match results first here on screen for you guys.
Nada, 3-1 over Top. SC 3-0 against LosirA. I strongly suggest 2 games out of SC versus LosirA and 2 to 3 games out of Top versus Nada.
And for tomorrow's Code A games,
we have Bomber versus Ryung. Oh, that is a sick TVT. And MVP against Keen. That's a sick TVT. Which TVTer will be crowned TVT champion, a.k.a. Code A champion? I don't know.
You know what's funny is that I would predict the finals to be Bomber against MVP, and that's actually an insane...
Ryung, though, is so
I
good
know.
TVT. I think it's going to be Ryung MVP.
I think it's going to be
I
Bomber
think Ryung
MVP.
may take it.
Think so? Oh,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Dark horse.
Keen is good, but still.
Yeah.
Against MVP, I mean, ugh. Now, on to Thursday's games.
We're going to have Killer Inca and Nestea Any Pro. That is going to be a fun day, Tasteless. Can Nestea learn from July Zerg's mistakes? And July Zerg made some mistakes against Any Pro for sure. And take Any Pro out.
Nestea is the only Zerg left here.
Nesteezy. Look at that. Any Pro's Nestea.
Nestee's. Wow. Well, I think Nestea can beat Any Pro, but Any Pro, he's sort of like SC, where I've been underestimating him, and then he, dominates.
There's some underrated people, man, because there's so many players with so much flair. Sometimes you lose track of players like SC.
Well, the pantheon of nerd badasses that we have in the Final Four has been changing.
That.
It's a great word. Good for your SAT tests, stuff like that. Excuse me. A little bit of gas. A little burp I had to do there on live TV. Excuse me. These guys are very talented. Some of these new players, SC and Any Pro, we could see Any Pro move on. It would still be an upset against somebody like, Nestea. He's pretty good. And if Nestee's knocked out, there are no more Zergs.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we're getting to that point, Tasteless, where one small mistake will kill you.
Yeah.
And Nestea leaving the tournament could happen, even though he's unbelievably
It's possible. And another thing to note is what if Nestea gets to the finals?
That would be sick.
And maybe even wins. Is then we'd suddenly have a Zerg that's won twice in a row.
We'd have a Zerg, a Terran, and
Yeah.
a Protoss have won 2 championships.
That would be a pretty balanced layout.
And Fruit Dealer's sitting there is like,
wow, wow, wow. So it's certainly a possible thing. I don't know if it's going to be the case, but we'll see. Again, though, please spread the word about the GSL. A lot of this has just been done through word of mouth. Word of mouth. And
word of typing.
Yes.
You see the Twitter and the Facebook of GOM TV?
Yeah,
you can get us
that.
on Facebook. We're Artosis and Tasteless on Facebook.
Yep. I'm listed as an athlete.
Me too. People always comment on that. You think bowlers are athletes, but I'm not? I sweat more, believe me, when I'm playing.
And, of course, you can add us on Twitter. I'm Call Me Tasteless. And he is simply Artosis. Somebody already took the Twitter ID Tasteless.
That's why you got
I
to
post
make
some
up
music
an
and
ID.
jokes. Artosis posts about when he's raging out and losing games. All right, guys. We'll be back. I'll see you in 2 days for the Code S. Please tune in to Code 8 tomorrow. Same time, same place.